hockey career? How'd you get started playing? Who were some of your influences?
Yeah, so I grew up in Minnesota, so kind of grew up in the state of hockey, so you grew up around it. Back home, my parents lived on a lake, and so grew up ever since I was 3, being out on the ice skating there, and so got my start just on the back rink in the backyard, and just grew from there, and just grew the game from there.
Were there any particular players you looked up to growing up and kind of try to model your game after?
I would say as far as modeling my game after, I think big influences in my life obviously were like my parents, my dad, and my Uncle Sandy played professional hockey too, so that's kind of the family connection we had with the game and the sport, and so yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it kind of weird growing up in Minnesota, kind of being in the same division as the Wild and everything?
Yeah, no, it definitely weird playing against the team you've cheered for so long. But it's also special when you're able to come home and play on that rink that you've watched so many games at, and so much friends and family get to come to those games. So it's pretty special, but definitely the first few times it's a little weird.
What is that like for you when you get to go home and play with kids?
Yeah, going home is the best. Like I said, going back home and friends and family, I got so many that come from all over from Minnesota. My parents make the 2.5-hour drive. They're always there, our entire family. And then just either friends from my hometown that are around the area, they make the trip, and then college friends come. So it's pretty special. It's the only time my grandpa and grandma get to come to games as well, and so going back home is always cool.
Now, Nashville's kind of gotten a reputation for like the crazy hockey atmosphere and everything.
Yeah.
What have your thoughts been on that since you've been in Nashville?
Yeah, I've loved my time in Nashville. I love the city. It's kind of home to me now too after so many years, and the rink there and the atmosphere that it brings is quite unreal. They call it Smashville for a reason, and Saturday nights, especially in Nashville, are really tough to beat around the league, and they make it a unique and cool experience to be able to play there.
Dallas is kind of, by the same token, had a little bit of a hockey environment type of reputation. What do you expect here tonight?
Yeah, coming in here, the barn's always buzzing. They got a really good team, and so they got the crowd behind them for that, and so it's always a great atmosphere here, and I love playing down here in Dallas.